want to clear up some confusion so we're all on the same page. Because this video talks about Season 1, Episode 1 of Tangled the Series, you might be tricked into thinking that this video is the beginning of Tangled the Series in retrospect, which it is not. Tangled Before Ever After is the real first episode. It should have been classified as Season 1, Episode 1, but it's not. It instead has its own page on Disney+. So if you haven't watched that video, go watch that one and then come back to this one, please. With that all out of the way, let's get into Season 1, Episode 1 of Tangled the Series. I sort of have mixed feelings about how this intro justifies the change in animation style. Obviously the movie was 3D animation, this is 2D animation, and the intro starts with that 3D environment that leads into the book, which is filled with these two-dimensional images. So what they're trying to communicate, I think, is that what we're actually seeing is like a hand-drawn style depiction of what happened. So what I'm saying is, theoretically, in-universe, these characters actually looked like they did in the movie, but what we're seeing is like a recreation of that, and that's, on one hand, it's clever how they found a way to cover for the change, but on the other hand, I have mixed feelings about not really seeing the actual version of what happened in canon, if that makes sense.
His name is Varian, and he's some kind of wizard.
Wow, the way you say his name makes me think he's gonna be a fan-favorite character or something.
Some say he's dangerous.
Well...
Because if you can't share everything with that someone special, then maybe that someone isn't so special.
I wonder if he thought that Rapunzel was having an affair with Cassandra.
It seems cozy. In a, I wish I had said goodbye to my loved ones before I left kind of way.
Magic! I do not work with magic.
I mean, technically it's not magic, it's alchemy.
Can you imagine if he stayed like that for the entire series? You'll realize there's nothing left to lose. Nothing left to lose.
We have a bit of a critter problem out here. I found a humane way to solve the problem. Oh, get out of here.
That raccoon becomes Varian's animal sidekick. I don't know how they got from this to that. I can't remember if there's any explanation for that, or if it just happened off screen.
Oh, yes. This
is so hot. I mean so magical. I mean so scientific.
What is taking him so long? I'm going in.
It never takes It never takes Rapunzel this long. I'm going in.
Better?
No!
They used to work.
It no longer possesses its legendary healing power.
Listen. I get that there were things that they didn't want to have to deal with. I get why they took away her healing ability, since it would have rendered a few different injuries a moot point. And they also didn't want to have to grapple with the question of should she be a full-time one-woman hospital, even though that could have made it an interesting episode. But it doesn't make any sense for her hair to not have its healing ability. The explanation that they're going with is when she touched the rocks, it brought back her hair different. But there's stuff that happens later that renders that explanation nonsense. At some point, without spoiling anything, she does something, and I think you can do that, but you can't do the healing incantation. And then there's something even bigger she does, and I think you can do that, but you can't do the healing incantation. And there's something big that I really can't spoil that really makes me think that she should have been able to use her healing incantation this whole time. You might be thinking that they explain that there's something put into her hair that prevents her from doing the healing incantation. But I know for a fact that doesn't hold up in court, but I can't say why on camera because it's a huge spoiler. I'll put it into the description. If you've already seen every episode of the series, look in the description for why this makes no sense. But again, I get why they did it for story reasons. They would have had to address stuff like, is every elderly person gonna be nagging her about constant youth restorative healing incantations? And would have had all the characters be virtually indestructible. And would have had death robbed of all meaning if she can maybe even resurrect people.
Let her go.
Rapunzel, you never told me you were into this.
I have to tell him what's going on.
No. Rapunzel, I want to trust you, and I trust that you trust Eugene, but I don't trust Eugene, and if I can't trust Eugene, I can't trust you, and you're just going to have to trust me.
Cassandra is such a witch for insisting Rapunzel not tell Eugene, because first of all, she's throwing a wrench into the gears of their relationship, and second of all, she's refusing to take responsibility for her own actions. And third of all, it's very unreasonable for Cassandra to expect Rapunzel to prioritize her over Eugene.
You can stay. That way, when these things blow up, oh boy, never mind.
Whoa, wait, what did you just say?
It's a secret, I can't tell you.
No, I got 3 pumps to shut off, and I can't let this happen again!
It makes it sound like this is the 3rd village he's blown up this week. It would have been nice if you could have done that earlier, so you're not just pulling stuff out for plot convenience, but...
Thank you, milady.
Kid, you can do so much better than Cassandra. Don't waste your time.
You know how I said I just woke up with my hair long? Well, I didn't. The night before, Cass kinda helped me break out of Corona.
Oh, I knew it! Oh, she's gonna get in so much trouble! If anyone were to find out, which they won't.
And they won't find out about it because Cassandra is going to be very nice to me from now on. Alright, next episode.
And a boo to you too, sir.
Kind of the perfect response. She didn't lose her temper or cry, she just shot right back, boo to you too, sir, in her most chipper voice. If only we could all be that secure.
Someone actually booed me.
You don't know what boo means, do you?
That was too close. She could have said, boo to you, little girl. Boo!
It means someone hates you.
Why wouldn't someone like me?
Someone not liking a Disney princess? That's never happened before.
Boo!
Someone has to know him, right?
Hey, it's Monty!
It's such a mature lesson that they have in this episode, that just because someone doesn't like you, that doesn't mean they're a horrible person. And I like how this very early episode cements the idea of Rapunzel not being a Mary Sue beloved by all.
How can I help you? Ha! That one fell on the floor.
He's so lucky that this isn't historically accurate because his head would be rolling by now.
I hate.
Bad idea. Giving gifts to someone who booed her in an attempt to make that person like her is just going to encourage people to boo her so that she'll give them gifts.
Good afternoon, sir.
I got that thing as a gift, and I'm trying to find some use for it. Let me tell you, it's not even useful as a doorstop.
That was not where you put a doorstop.
I come from a long line of Gopher Graham champions, but no matter how hard I tried, that little rascal always managed to slip through my fingers.
Looking at his body type, you can see what he did wrong in those gopher grabs. He tried running after the gopher when what he should have done was found a steep hill and rolled down to gain enough speed to catch the gopher.
Sometimes you just gotta say, the heck with it.
I think she might be the first Disney princess to say the word heck. Such scandalousness. They're gonna need to put this thing down for sure when this is over. They weren't even trying not to overshoot it.
Come on, Misty!
So is the rule of them needing to have their arms around each other just a suggestion? If so, he should really find that steep hill.
All we gotta do now?
Is drown it. What are his nails made out of? Perfect opportunity. Once he drowns, everybody in the kingdom will like you. It's as if this was all part of her master plan all along. I love how much hidden muscle she has.
You put on this deceitful charade and made a complete fool of me.
I don't think I like you so much either.
Hooray.
Not friends.
Hooray.
I just had to accept that not everyone is gonna like me.
They kind of spell it out a little too much, but that's okay.
Not everybody has to like everyone.
Well, that's not exactly spreading Christian love, but it's good that you know that you don't have to be liked by everybody. Not exactly the most eventful episode. If you ever tried to introduce someone to Tangled the Series, I would not advise you to show them that episode first. I mean, obviously start with Before Ever After and then go linearly from there. The show gets a lot more epic later on. This is one of the episodes before that happens. But I would also not advise people to skip over that episode. They did a good job with the first few episodes of answering the question, how do we have a character who's already this friendly have character flaws? With the answer being, she doesn't know how to deal with people who aren't being friendly. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and not make hollow chocolates for your enemies.